All right, everybody, here's another fill-in project while working on the big fair cement boat. This is a 1977 Cape Dory Typhoon, and the owner has done all the glass work and everything up to this point and has now handed it over to me to finish. I got to jump on deck and resand it with 80 grit. He finished it off with 120, but he wants me to barrier coat it. And well, technically I should go 60, but I'm gonna go 80 and just resand everything. And I got some other glass work I need to do, some places that he missed. You know, it's all simple stuff, but just to show you real quick, I mean, bottom, hull, and deck. And yeah, another fun boat project. So here we go, kicking off another fill-in job, and well, I'm gonna get to sanding. All right, everybody, first step, 80 grit. I'm just gonna do a quick, good breeze over everything to get a more aggressive scratch, and then I'll clean it and lay down some Barrust 235. So time lapsing this entire sanding process, and I'll see y'all on the next step. All right, everybody, so a couple spots that I uncovered. I know it doesn't look like much here, but standing from the side, these are huge bubbles. So I'm just gonna take the grinder, bust this skin off, see if it's got wet core or whatnot, and take it from there. So I guess let's see what we got going on. I'm gonna start digging in, and I'm gonna time lapse it. Here we go. All right, everybody, well, that wasn't too bad. I gotta assume that was just heavy buildup on gel coat. I got it recessed into the glass. It's all solid. There's no moisture in there, so that was just odd. Well, anyhow, I got this 4-ounce fiberglass tape. It's all you need. I went ahead and cut some pieces. I'm just gonna wet it out and stick it on there. I'm using West System. It's a 5-to-1 mix ratio. And so, first thing I'm gonna do is prime the surface, and all that is just, you know, brushing the West System on the bare glass. Pretty simple, y'all. And you want to do this before laying down your glass. It allows the resin to soak up into the existing glass, and then once you slap your wetted out cloth on there, it gives it a really good bite. You don't ever have to worry about it coming up or failing on you. So that's just what you want to do. All right, so my surface is primed. I'm gonna go ahead and stick these on here. Kind of just push it down in there so the wind don't blow it away. I'm not neat with this process. You know, I was gonna trace out and cut circles to put in here, but 40 grit on the DA will knock off all the excess, no problem. So this is just how to do this process a little quicker. So then you take the West System and you just brush it on the cloth, pushing down. That way it wets all the way through. And voila, that's all you got to do. And what I'll do is after I sand this with 40 grit, I'll come back with awlfair and skim it. Get it as fair as I can before laying out the barrier coat, which, as I've stated, that's the Barrust 235. The main thing when doing this is you just want to make sure that your cloth is completely wetted out. You don't want any dry spots. What that'll do is create eggshell voids, and well, you just want to make sure you got it wet. With it as sunny and as hot as it is right now, this stuff will probably kick in an hour. And I'll be able to get the fairing on this afternoon, but we'll see. All right, guys, that's all we do. I'll sand that, fair it real quick, sand that, and she's ready for primer. So, well, with that being said, I'll catch y'all on the next step. All right, everybody. So yesterday the cloud cover came in, and this was not exposed to the sun, so it took a little bit longer for it to kick. It's kicked now. Let's sand it. And that's what we're looking for. It's that simple. This actually doesn't even feel like I need to fair it, but I'll go ahead and glaze it out one time, and what I'll use is just thickened epoxy with the fast hardener just to help kick it quick, because I'm going to barrier coat the entire boat today. So I'll catch back up with y'all when I get to the epoxy mixing process. All right, everybody, epoxy mixing time. Now, as I stated, this is a 5-to-1. And I'm going to be using the fast hardener because I want to prime today. And I don't need to mix up much because those spots are pretty fair after I've sanded it. Might have went a little too much with the hardener, so I'm going to put just a little bit more in there, just like that. Now you want to stir this up and get it mixed up pretty good before adding the cavasil, which that's a thickening agent. You know, it's going to make it a filler. And when using this cavasil or any fumed silica, also, as I've stated in the past, always wear a dust mask, or worst case scenario, stay upwind of it. You don't want the stuff getting in your lungs, because once it gets in your lungs, there's no getting it out. It's just not good for you. So, got it mixed up. I'm just going to take little globs. This stuff is like powder, floats and makes a mess.
And you want to make this stuff thick, almost like the consistency of peanut butter. When you're done mixing it and you hold it up sideways on your mixing stick, you want to make sure it stays put and there's no movement. Once you achieve that, you're ready to start filling with it. So you just keep adding it until you get the consistency you want. So that's still moving. Need to keep thickening it up. Like I said, the stuff's like powder. It flies all over the place. And that's what we want. She's staying put. She's good to go. So now, I'm gonna go ahead and relocate you back to the repaired spots, and we'll get this glazed out, and this will kick in no time. So let's move. Make sure y'all can see that. Yep. All right, hold on. All right. So I'll just take this, spread it out on the knife. No reason to rush. These are small areas. It's cloudy, so the stuff's not gonna kick. I've already solvent cleaned. I just used denatured alcohol, and what I'm gonna do is shove that in there just to make sure it gets into all the pores. And now I'm gonna go ahead and float on a glaze coat. Just like that. I'll clean up the edges. That one's ready. I'm gonna do the same. Go around the edges, clean up the excess. Now that one's done. Last one. All right, and that's it. Those are finished. That should kick within the hour. I'll be able to quick sand it, go ahead and cover up all these holes and companionway opening and whatnot, and I'm gonna get the solvent cleaning and bar rusting. So I'll see y'all when I get to that point. All right, everybody. So I got the boat all cleaned, solvent cleaned, etc., masked off. Now I'm getting ready to lay out the Barrust 235. I'm using the good old Accu spray. I got the 2.0 cap on here. This is a much thicker product, so you need the biggest cap possible. And I also pulled the screen out of the lid, which is the built-in straining system. So that would just make things go easier because the product's so much thicker. I'm gonna load this stuff on there. Doesn't matter if I get runs or sags, which I doubt I will, but the point of this product is to get it on there and get it on there good. So I'm gonna time lapse this whole section. I'm gonna spray at least 2 coats. I might spray 3, and I'll do a wrap up with y'all afterwards. All right. guys, coat number 2 on the hull and bottom, and then I'm gonna knock the deck out. Here we go. Alright everybody, I got the hull done. Now I'm going to jump up on deck and quickly knock that out. I'm not going to be able to set the camera up there because it's such a small deck. And well, I don't need to get overspray all over my phone. So anyhow, I'll catch y'all up afterwards. Alright. Alright fellas, coat number 2. She's looking pretty good. She's a gray bullet. So here we go. It's the last coat. Do a little quick walk around afterwards. Alright.
Alright everybody, she's got a good couple coats of barrier coat on there. Barrust 235 that is. So anyhow, she's gray. Just a quick walk around. It's going to be hard to see, and I mean, you know, it's just primer. But that is a good solid couple coatings for me to pick up on when I get back on here. Yeah, she's gray. So my next step is I'll sand the entire thing with 120 grit, and I'll cover all of these steps a lot better than how the beginning of this video process started. All I really did was quickly sanded everything with 80 grit. I had very few places that needed attention as far as glass work and filling went. So I didn't really see a need to cover the entire sanding process. I mean, it was really just 80 grit on a DA and going over everything. So anyhow, with that being said, that's gonna end this episode, and I'll catch y'all on the next step. All right, y'all.